He won my heart by sheer persistence, I would say.
I'm watching Holocaust movies because life goes on. So it's gonna rain today, but it's not raining yet. It's actually pretty nice out. Alexa says it's gonna rain at 11 o'clock. There's Munchie. So I gotta go out there and pick up the poop before it rains. We are, I guess you would call it Mickey Mousing the kitchen, where we're doing some. So we lifted 2 of the countertops, and I shot video of that. Then we removed the countertops completely, and then we replaced the countertops. So you'll get to see that. I didn't film the replacement of it, but I did film us pushing it out. It's still pretty raw because we did it ourselves, so we had to use the kitchen, obviously. The project started the Monday before Christmas, and it was supposed to be done by Christmas, but we decided that we're going to put in backsplash, and we're going to paint. I'm so slow. Yesterday I made arroz con leche, and Minnie had 2 servings. So in the evening I opened up a package of a Mexican brand cheese called Cacique that when I was younger my mother used to use for enchiladas. I don't know if you know this, but an enchilada is not an enchilada if it has meat. You heard it here first. So that's why it's called a cheese enchilada. An enchilada is typically made out of cacique cheese. That's what it's stuffed with. So, and they're very hot and spicy in terms of like, it's edible, but like it's very spicy. Because you have to use this product called El Pato, and that stuff is really... It's basically the chili sauce that you make when you make pozole. That sauce that you have to like pour into the food, into the boiling pot of the meat, right, with all the other ingredients. It's that paste. So after you push it through a strainer, whatever's left, I didn't know that's the stuff they sell you or give you or hand out to you when you go to the taco stand. That's crazy. I knew how to make it all along and I didn't even know. Actually, my babysitter was amazing. Was an amazing cook. Rephrase that. My babysitter was an amazing cook, and she cooked up a storm when I was a little kid. And everything was really picoso, which means you couldn't eat it as a child. So she would make some on the side for me, like set some stuff on the side before she put all the stuff together in it, or like, I don't know. But I witnessed her do a lot of that stuff, and it was pretty, I mean, I watched and learned, right? I was that little girl that stuck, to the adults like clockwork 24/7. I was always listening, but they were always telling tales. And trauma therapy is recreating the trauma, right? And then and using it to like, you're walking through the traumatic events again, and you're going through them. At the time you were a child, so they didn't seem traumatic to you, but looking back now as an adult, I can see that quite a bit of damage could have been done by a lot of the stuff that I heard and seen. Aside from that, we have Daisy in the background followed by Lily's ears. There she is. And Munchkin in the red, with Minnie in the forefront. And the two in the front are inseparable, so they never, ever are not around each other. So this is how I spent Christmas. My Christmas was pretty, you know, when you're going through trauma, this girl's built like a shit house, huh? Brick shit house. Brick house. Look at her. That's Lily. Tiger Lily. That's her name. You can't see, but her eye has like a pink lining. She's got like a pink eyeliner on one of her eyes. Lilita. Oh. So Minnie is what we call Modora. She has been sleeping forever, and she's literally just like not even, she's half awake right now. I was watching her because I gave her arroz con leche yesterday, and I wanted her to really enjoy it. Bless you. I gave her arroz con leche too. I give them that. I give them sometimes, you know, whatever I make, only because they're Chihuahuas, man. If they're Chihuahuas, they're Mexican. And if they're Mexican, they're Chihuahuas. They can eat. That's Daisy. I went to bed at 7 o'clock last night. And at midnight, Honey woke me up to tell me that she was hungry. So I got to get up, go get her food, feed her, because I realized I didn't feed her. And when I don't feed her, she doesn't let me get away with that. So whatever it is I'm doing, I gotta drop it and I gotta go get her food. So then by the time I was going back to bed, my husband was home from work. And so I was like, shoot, there's my medical assistant book in case you thought I was lying. There's some of my journals. Did you know that you can create journals on Amazon and sell them for a couple of bucks using all their templates? And literally, you get like $2 back from that. I didn't know that. So I'm about to recreate all my journal covers, and this is just one box. I have like tons of them, but they're put away. So yeah, it's called liquidate. I gotta liquidate, you know? I mean, at this point, I'm halfway through life, which means I gotta start like making adjustments, getting the work in terms of inventory and what I've got in each of the journals. Right now, so far, I've just got them numbered and dated, like yearly. But that's it. So I need to go through the content. And so I think I'm going to use you guys to ask you guys whether or not some of the content should be included in the memoir, right? Because remember, we're recording all of this for posterity, remember? Yeah. So one of the reasons that I'm recording my lifestyle is because, so in 2013 I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which means that everyone is different. And what that means is that, some of my other stuff. What that means is that, you know, I'm sensitive. I have a sensitivity to certain things. So like one of the sensitivities would be, for example, heat sensitivity, right? So I have a heat sensitivity, meaning it can't be too hot or I get headaches. It can't be too cold or I get back pain. So there has to be a happy medium. Everyone knows that that's nearly impossible. So yeah, that's what's going on right there, you know? I mean, what am I going to tell you? And I'm happy about this. Can I blame others for what's going on in my life? Well, that's what we're learning. We're going to learn whether or not I can blame others for what's going on in my life. And if I can, then, you know, therein lies accountability. I'm not the boss. I just know that there is guidelines for that shit, right? So let me turn on the light. This is my mess, and I'm trying to clean, but I'm a work in progress. So yeah, you know, that's the totality of the situation. You know, some people aren't gonna like being talked about. That's not my fucking problem, yo. You know, if you did that, there's this thing called accountability. Yeah, it's not just for fucking, you know, everyone now. It's for literally the fucking useless, the people that brought all this fucking nonsense into the world and then kept the fucking existence of it going, right? So, I mean, I can think back. Was there a good time? I don't know. I don't know if there was a good time. I know there was a lot of time. I mean, we're talking, I had to grow up, right? I mean, I moved out at 16. I had a child at 16. I fucking bailed. I was tired of the bullshit, right? I remember this one time this guy came up to our car. Some random white guy with long hair and a beautiful white crisp shirt. You know, gorgeous linen pants. Like, I remember thinking to myself, what the hell is this guy doing in this neighborhood, you know? He had, like, a scarf around his neck. It was, like, middle of December. Or maybe the end. The brain is funny. It, like, kicks up memories accordingly to the time frame. And so, this fucking cat came out and said, you know, Chiva! And we looked at him and we were like, goats? This is the city. There is no goats here. I mean, it was that naive, right? I was like 15 at the time. I mean, if I told you that I got pregnant the first time I had sex, would you believe it? Because it happened. And it's all in those books right there. And there's boxes of them. I have a stack of them up there. They're just everywhere. I can't leave those things behind, you know? I mean, I literally live life, but like, what are you eating? Oh, they like to chew on those caps for some reason. That wire is gonna get hot. I gotta. Yesterday I tried to plug in my phone, and it was like sitting right on the floor. This plug, and I plugged it in, and it burned my hand. Well, it didn't burn me, but it was quite hot. So yeah, this thing is cool. Watch, it changes colors. You can do orange, purple, orange, blue, green. You get the idea. Hola, Lily. Hola, Lily. Hola, Lily, ¿cómo estás, mi amor? And Mexican people would be all like, "Es una mendiga." She used to be a fucking bully. I had to like train her. She would never let the other two eat out of the bowls. And they were used to eating out of one bowl, so they wouldn't eat from 3 different bowls. I had to feed them from like one bowl. They'd get confused if they had to eat out of different bowls. It was weird. She's the meanest, Daisy. She will literally bite you. Munchkin will bite you too, but just playfully. But Lily's not fooling around. Especially when it comes to her sisters. She's got Minnie's back like 500%. And Minnie's just Minnie. She's the boss. Minnie's the boss of things around here, and that's it. Alright, I don't know where Honey is. Let's look. I gotta clean up my pee-pee pads from last night. Yes, that is a daily basis thing that we do. I gotta vacuum the areas because I gotta clean up the old pee-pee. These are probably dried spots. Right? There's one under there, so I put a soaker on it, and then I topped it with a dry pad in case they want to go back over to the area. As always, I'm overflowing. But I'm gonna shoes everywhere as usual. And there's never a dull moment in my house because there's always something to do, obviously. And this is what I do all day. I watch the weather so I can go back outside. There's my dressing area. There's my underwear drawers. These are my pajamas. That's my husband. That's where I make up. Oh shit. My brother sent me a text yesterday or the day before and a picture of my mom. And I expected her to look all frail and shit. And she was happily coming back from God knows where in her pajamas and this really colorful rainbow jacket. Ever the chosen one. I love her so much. Oh my God. I'm still fucking pissed off at her though. Don't get it twisted. But it's so funny to see her. Okay, you guys, I just want you to know I am not, I'm not just working through it. I'm working with it as well, right? So revisiting your trauma just is a form of cognitive therapy, right? So back to basics, it would be like if you're leading a horse to water, the person that's not willing to do the work is the person that becomes the horse, right? The person that becomes the horse you're leading to the water that's not wanting to drink once it gets there. So there was a situation here at the house this weekend. Ow. Oh, I gotta talk about that too. I fell the other day. And I just felt something from here to here. So obviously there's a bruising. I fell in the shower the other day, and I just wanted to remind everyone that the number one cause of death in elderly people is falls. So, a year ago or two, I bought a seat for a shower seat made out of teak. Again, ever being prepared for a person who's always trying to be prepared for everything. Like, I sort of saw this coming. And the weirdest thing, I never do this. Like, I was done getting out of the shower, and I had grabbed my towel, but it was really cold. So I kind of ran back in the shower. Yeah, no running. And the heel, like, I stepped in and this heel slipped out. Then this leg, which is my supposed to be my strongest leg, but this is my weaker leg, had already given out. So this one just kind of folded. And so I have like a giant, I can't pull the thing up right now, but like I have a giant bruise right here on my shin. I thought I actually broke it, but like it didn't break, or I'd be in pain right now. So yeah, the moral of the story is be careful even in your house. You know, you can have a fall and you need to be wearing, always wear non-slip shoes. Obviously today is a good day to go out to maybe Walmart and pick up a shower mat and install that in the bathroom, right? Because you slip, therefore you need a shower mat. Yeah, that was the big ow. Right, so I dyed my hair a couple of days ago. I did it myself. I dare say I did a wonderful job. And that's it. Oh, I did a live. I did two. Okay, so I uploaded 2 videos and I deleted one, and I will have to touch on that and do an entire video on that. And it's about sensitivity training. So I will have to follow through with that because it's a flaw that I have that I need to redirect. So basically, I don't want to have this flaw anymore, so I need to direct this flaw somewhere else. In other words, get the if there are obstacles in your life, get rid of them. Don't let them fester, right? I mean, that's the whole key to living your best life is don't let obstacles fester, right? Yeah, aside from that, I am, a work in progress. I'm not perfect, but my dogs are. And they're the ones that are with me the most. So here we are. All right, guys, I will keep up later and talk to y'all soon. Read. Everybody pick up a book and read.